This is CBS News New York.
Right now, Trump supporters already lining up in their cars ahead of the former president's rally tonight on Long Island. The security measures in place for his first rally back after the second attempted assassination.
Sean Diddy Combs indicted, and his lawyers are due back in court today while a judge denied bail for the music mogul accused of a multitude of disturbing crimes.
A major pot bust in Queens where authorities found over $10 million worth of illegal merchandise. How city and federal agents worked together to pull off the successful raid.
Good morning on this Wednesday, September 18th. I'm Chris Raggi.
I'm Mary Calvi. Welcome to CBS News New York. And let's get right over to John Elliott. He has your first alert forecast at 5 o'clock.
Thank you, Mary and Chris. Hi, everybody. So I would say do as I say, not as I do, because I did not bring my small umbrella today. I think many will be rain-free today, but there's rain on the board and in the area on the move. Over my shoulder, the scene in the city, mostly cloudy and 68. Sorry, no great moon view for you with that harvest moon. Numbers, interesting, because you look at Summit, 61 down to Cranberry, 67. Toms River, though, parts of Ocean County already almost 70. We had 70 last hour. So there's warm air on the move. So that adds a little to the instability in the atmosphere. No issues with fog yet. It will likely be an issue for parts of the island. And then fog could be kind of a recurring player. Relatively quiet this morning. This afternoon, city and points south and parts of Nassau, better chance for showers. Right now, it's well to the south. Mindful, though, this area low pressure is developing. You can see it off the coast, so that odds for rain back and forth over the next few days. We'll be back with the kind of more of a sense of timing and how the days are shaking out. And we'll take a look at yesterday's numbers, too. Right now, though, right back to Mary and Chris.
John, thank you. 5:01 right now. And to the presidential election, security is tight this morning ahead of former President Donald Trump's campaign rally on Long Island.
It comes just days after an apparent assassination attempt in West Palm Beach, Florida. And hours before the rally, some Trump supporters are already gathering outside Nassau Coliseum. Let's go live to Derek Waller in Uniondale on the island with more this morning. Derek.
Chris, Mary, good morning. As you can see behind me, everyone's been kicked out of the parking lot so that the Secret Service could conduct a full security sweep. But already people are lined up outside. In fact, take a look at this video we just shot moments ago showing those Trump supporters, his most loyal supporters really, lined up outside on the Hempstead Turnpike, planning to camp out all day. Now, the lot will reopen at 8 o'clock. Doors open at 3. The rally's set for 7. And it's happening just days after officers in Palm Beach, Florida, arrested a gunman who they say was planning to shoot Trump on his golf course. Secret Service agents spotted the man before he could set his sights on the former president. And now President Biden has called for the highest level of protection for both Trump and Harris. But former New York State Homeland Security Advisor Michael Balboni tells us even that may not be good enough, calling for the same level of protection afforded to the sitting president.
Take a look at the polarization of this country. We take a look at the threats. Even before the shooting in Butler, you know that this is a election season like we've never seen before. So the security should have been stepped up way before this.
This is a small army of law enforcement professionals and first responders who are going to be making sure that this is a very safe and secure site and event.
Now, back here at the Nassau Coliseum, Trump supporters were out Tuesday with their flags and banners, but inside, those items will be banned, along with a long list of other items, including coolers, backpacks, umbrellas, selfie sticks, even e-cigarettes. I can also tell you that at Hofstra University, located just across the street from where we're standing, classes today are going to go fully remote after 1 o'clock. At Nassau Community College, classes are canceled after 2, and also Democrats are holding a counter rally at noon today right outside. Reporting live here in Uniondale, Derek Waller, CBS News, New York.
Yesterday at a town hall in Flint, Michigan, Trump promised to protect gas-powered vehicles and manufacturing in that state.
This is not a good thing to say to another state, but I said Michigan's going to be the most fun because you're so set up for greatness.
This is the former president's 10th visit to the battleground state during the 2024 campaign.
Meantime, Vice President Kamala Harris was in Philadelphia and sat down for an interview with members of the National Association of Black Journalists. She criticized Trump for falsely claiming Haitian migrants in Ohio are eating pets.
When you have these positions, when you have that kind of microphone in front of you, you really ought to understand at a very deep level how much your words have meaning.
And ABGA hosted Trump for an interview over the summer that turned contentious.
Well, CBS News will host the only vice presidential debate between Senator J.D. Vance and Governor Tim Walz on Tuesday, October 1st, right here at the CBS Broadcast Center.
Look for live coverage of the debate, moderated by Norah O'Donnell and Margaret Brennan. You could also stream it on CBS News New York.
All right, lawyers for music mogul Sean Diddy Combs expected to file an appeal today after Combs was ordered held without bail after his indictment on sex crimes.
Combs pleaded not guilty to the charges yesterday. Christina Fan joins us live from federal court in Lower Manhattan with the latest on this disturbing case. Christina.
Well, Mary and Chris, the appeal hearing is scheduled for 3:30 this afternoon. Yesterday, a judge denied bail after federal prosecutors successfully argued that Combs posed a potential flight risk and could also intimidate witnesses. The defense, meanwhile, vehemently denied those accusations, saying that their client is looking forward to clearing his name in court. 54-year-old Sean Diddy Combs was led away in handcuffs Tuesday afternoon after being denied bail. His attorney immediately vowed to appeal.
He's a fighter and he's going to fight this.
The once global music superstar was charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and interstate transportation for prostitution, following a months-long Homeland Security investigation. Federal prosecutors allege he created a criminal enterprise that forced women to engage in sex acts with professional sex workers at events he called freak-offs for his own personal entertainment.
The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics.
Prosecutors say Combs was violent towards the woman, alleging he hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims at times by their hair. The indictment also refers to an incident caught on hotel security cameras in 2016, which shows Combs attacking his ex-girlfriend, the singer Cassie.
A member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet.
And during raids on his Los Angeles and Miami homes earlier this year, federal investigators say they were able to uncover guns, ammos, drugs, and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. If found guilty on all 3 felony charges, Combs could face a minimum of 15 years up to a life behind bars. Reporting live from Lower Manhattan, Christina Fan, CBS News New York.
Christina, thank you. To read the full unsealed indictment, you can go to cbsnewyork.com.
Also today, disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein is expected to be arraigned in Lower Manhattan on new sex crime charges. Prosecutors are retrying Weinstein to overturn rape conviction. And last week, they disclosed they had new evidence against Weinstein. The 72-year-old wasn't in court last week due to emergency heart surgery.
Protesters giving out free subway swipes in Brooklyn as the Civilian Complaint Review Board is investigating an NYPD shooting that injured 4 people, including 2 innocent bystanders and a police officer. The NYPD says things escalated on Sunday at the Sutter Avenue station in Brownsville when officers tried to stop 38-year-old Darrell Mickles for jumping the turnstile. They said he ignored their commands and pulled out a knife. The officers then fired 9 rounds, hitting 4 people, including a man who's now in critical condition.
Understand fair evasion can be an issue, but the way that we tackle fair evasion is a bigger issue. If I can get shot getting on the train, that's a problem.
He was not shot for fair evasion. He was shot because he had a knife and he went after the police officers. I thought those officers responded accordingly.
Mickles, who's in critical condition at the hospital, charged with attempted assault and criminal possession of a weapon. The injured officer has been released from the hospital, and his partner, they're both now on desk duty, which is protocol, while the department investigates.
Police seized about $10 million worth of marijuana products during a major pot buzz last night in Queens. The New York City Sheriff's Office and the NYPD raided a building on Little Neck Parkway near 87th Drive in Belrose. Investigators say they found boxes containing everything from THC products to marijuana gummies. They also found a lab that was set up to manufacture vapes and oils. It's part of an effort to crack down on illegal pot shops that have sprung up across the city. No word yet on any arrests.
The FBI investigating suspicious packages sent to election officials in more than 15 states, including New York. Governor Hochul says an envelope containing a white powdery substance was mailed to the State Board of Elections office in Albany. No one was hurt. The Connecticut Secretary of State's office said the FBI alerted it that a package was also intercepted there.
Also happening today, the Federal Reserve expected to lower a key interest rate for the first time in 4 years. Some economists anticipate a 0.25 percentage cut, while others expect a 0.5 percentage drop. The Fed has been raising rates to fight inflation. A drop could lead to lower mortgage and credit card interest rates. And on your Money Watch, futures are mixed this morning ahead of a highly anticipated Fed meeting. Stocks had a mixed close. Yesterday, the Dow fell 15, S&P was flat, the Nasdaq rose 35.
Coming up, 3 separate shootings in the same part of Queens, all within 24 hours.
Stealing a subway car, then crashing it. The search for the 2 suspects responsible.
So slow it down, take a moment now. We're too young to drown. Deep and dirty waters full of hope is down.
Good morning. Taking a look at the GWB. Definitely not beautiful things as you're watching traffic once again because you got 3 lanes on the upper level closed due to construction, and that's leading to more delays. Little Benson Boone for you here. Slow it down. Another great Benson Boone hit if you like it. Let's get over to John Elliott right now with your first alert forecast. Hi, John. Good morning to you.
You know, and I'll sing along with Benson on this deal. When the rain rolls in, you got to slow it down a bit.
Slow it down.
It's been so dry for so long that initial moisture on surfaces will make things a little slippery. So you want to make sure you're playing it safe. I know it's a busy time of year. Yesterday, I hope you were able to savor it after we mixed away the fog. Wow, it was 81 in Newburgh and Somerville. 82 in Poughkeepsie. Remember how foggy it was in Poughkeepsie yesterday morning? But then, wow, sun came out and it was nice. 80 in Farmingdale. Jersey Shore was quite a bit cooler. Jersey Shore is going to be busier than the Bronx and up into Rockland, Westchester. There's a very marked difference south and east over the next few days. But yesterday in Newark, 81, JFK as well, 79 Central Park, 77 in LaGuardia. Early flights this morning, no big issues. Ditto Thursday. Friday morning, that could be more of an issue. So yesterday, red box. It has been a cool month, but a few days above normal. We're going to turn that around, though. Watch what happens. Thursday, bit of a gift. Thursday is actually shaping up overall, start to finish. Still a rain chance, but not the kind of coverage we'll see today or Friday. And then, whoa, as we set our sights on fall, Sunday morning, the equinox 8:43. It's going to feel like it, just like that. It'll be, oh, where's my sweater? Where's my hot cocoa for a little bit of a retreat temperature-wise on Sunday. Now, the showers are not retreating, but they're not taking over. So that's Barnegat Light right there, and you can see just a little bit of drizzle. I mean, that's about it. But there are showers that are trying to move in affiliated with a low. So you have a low to the west, you have a coastal low as well. That's going to kick in some moisture. There's energy affiliated with it. We talked about this before. You have a flood statement for Nassau and also Westchester into Fairfield because that's for the afternoon high tide cycle. And then tonight into tomorrow, Jersey Shore, you could see some inundation. Timing it out again briefly, not a lot today. By midday, some showers to the south. Even the city this afternoon. So the afternoon commute a little slow. And then it's tomorrow morning where we see a shower. Watch what happens Thursday. Thursday shapes up. It's Friday now. Friday morning is looking busier. And then we have to leave in a shower chance for Saturday of your 2 weekend days as we fall into fall. It's brighter and cooler on Sunday, and then we should tee it up for a nice start to next week, that first week of fall. Next time we chat, something's going to happen tonight that may cause a brief tear. I'll explain.
Oh no, the end of summer would be for me, but it's something other than that.
But there may be another little tear
Not
tonight.
another thing. Yeah. All right, let's get you to First Alert traffic right now. Oh boy, Guy Stanier, how are we doing out there this morning?
Well, Mary, we have a heads up for Long Island drivers. There is a political rally later this evening in Nassau County. Drivers should avoid the area around Nassau Coliseum. Expect delays and closures around the area, including Hempstead Turnpike and the Meadowbrook Parkway. Taking a live look at the George Washington Bridge, not a big surprise here. Construction has 3 lanes closed on the inbound upper level, about a 30-minute delay getting through the toll plaza. Cars can definitely stick with the lower level. That is moving well. Checking on mass transit, everything currently running on or close to schedule for Metro North, PATH trains, New Jersey Transit, and the LIRR. Alternate side parking is in effect today citywide. Mary, back to you.
Guy, thank you. 2 people are accused of stealing and crashing a subway car in Queens. In this short video clip, you can see the 2 people police are searching for. As you can see, one of them was in a very distinctive pink shower cap and matching pink shirt. We're told on Thursday, September 12th, just after midnight, these 2 people entered an unoccupied train at the Briarwood station, drove it and crashed it. The suspects then fled the scene. No injuries were reported.
Well, police are investigating 3 shootings in St. Albans, Queens in just a 24-hour period. Yesterday, a 74-year-old man was shot in the leg and a 21-year-old man was shot in the back, just 2 hours apart. Monday, a 66-year-old father of 3, William Alcindor, died after he was shot in the head while driving. Surveillance video shows his car losing control. We're stopping it before he hits a pedestrian, then crashes into a building. Police believe a teenager is responsible. No arrests have been made in any of these shootings.
Families of workers killed when a cargo ship crashed into Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge have announced a lawsuit. The plaintiffs want to prevent the ship's owner from escaping legal liability. 6 members of a road crew working on the bridge were killed when the cargo ship Dolly lost power and slammed into it, causing the bridge to collapse. This was back in March. The Singapore-based company Grace Ocean Private Limited went to court seeking to limit its legal exposure. Advocates for families want the court to reject that request.
We ask for justice because no corporation, no amount of lobbying, no legal loophole should ever be able to erase the value of a human life.
Just last week, federal investigators discovered a loose cable that could have caused the electrical issues that sent the cargo ship crashing into the bridge.
Well, Senate Republicans blocked a bill that guaranteed Americans access to in vitro fertilization. The bill aimed to establish a nationwide right to IVF treatment and expand fertility treatments for veterans. Among other things, the same measure was blocked by Senate Republicans when it came up for a vote back in June.
A grand opening in Queens to bring affordable pet care to the area. The new ASPCA Community Veterinary Clinic in Long Island City says services are free or reduced. However, pet owners must provide proof of public assistance and live in the area of the clinic. This is the 4th community vet clinic in the nation.
Up next, a little girl steals her mom's car, goes for a joyride. Wait until you hear where she was found and what she was doing there.
In sports, the Mets playing the Washington Nationals, why it was such a big night for Pete Alonso.
Plus, the Liberty, been the WNBA's best team all year, and now they've got the top seed to prove it. We'll have highlights from their latest game coming up.
5:22 right now, Wednesday morning, September 18th. We do have a change in the weather coming today and some rain to deal with. John has the details for us. We had such a good stretch of weather, John.
Marvelous stretch. Best in the country, perhaps the planet. Definitely more humid, 68 degrees right now. Numbers around the area cooler today. Better chance for showers east and south. 75 in the city. 75 is a little bit below normal, nowhere near the record. All right, kids, sun's up at 6:40. Won't see it tonight. The sun sets at 6:59. And so here we go. It's the earliest sunset so far. Well, you know, because we're wrapping up summer. But the next 7 p.m. sunset, you have to wait till March 13th. After school, want to make sure you're ready, especially south and east. Possibility of showers for practices or pickup for some. And then it's going to be interesting for the Mets. It might be a brief interruption. I think the Phillies will have some more issues for that Friday night game. We'll be tracking it right now, though. We'll pitch it right back to Chris.
All right, John, thanks. Now for your first alert traffic report, here's Guy Stanier with more. Hey, Guy.
Good morning, Chris. We're going to start in Brooklyn. We have a crash that has at least one lane closed on the southbound side of the Gowanus Expressway at Hamilton Avenue. Delays there are back to Atlantic Avenue. Taking a live look at the George Washington Bridge, still about a 30-minute delay getting through the toll plaza. Construction is in the process of being picked up from the inbound upper level. Cars can definitely stick with the lower level. That is a much better option. Also, the Lincoln and Holland tunnels are currently delay-free. Alternate side parking is in effect today citywide. Chris and Mary, back to you.
Okay, Guy, thanks. In sports, Yankees had a late start in Seattle. In the first inning, Yanks up 2-0. Starter Luis Gil going to load up the bases for Seattle. And then, believe it or not, they try to steal home. Yankees nail the runner and get out of a jam. Aaron Judge drove in 4 runs last night, but Juan Soto had the big drive for the Yanks. Home run number 40 on the year for Soto, his 200th career home run. He's now homered in every major league ballpark. Yankees go on to win it big, 11-2 the final. Their magic number for a playoff spot now down to 1, and they now lead the American League East by 3.5 games over Baltimore. Elsewhere in sports, Pete Alonso had a message for his Mets teammates as they battle Atlanta for the final wild card spot.
And the Liberty were in Washington last night to play the Mystics. Otis Livingston has your morning sports update.
Good morning, everyone. If this is indeed Pete Alonso's final year with the Mets, he's not going out quietly. Pete reportedly showed some passion in a recent meeting, saying he wants his teammates to feel what it's like to earn a playoff spot. Fighting for that final wild card spot, a game up on the Braves with 12 games to go. Francisco Lindor still out last night. Alonso did his part against the Nationals. Not the hardest hit ball that Pete has ever hit, but it lands in a perfect spot and drives in 2, 4-1 Mets after 3. Now, this is more like the Pete we know. This one is as high as it is far. When it finally comes down, it's worth 3. 9-1 Mets. Luis Angel Acuna caps off a great night with his first career home run. Everything goes right for the Mets, including the Braves losing. They move 2 ahead of Atlanta for that final wildcard spot. 10-1 is your final. Magic number for the Liberty to clinch the 1 seed is 1. Well, you make that none after last night's game in D.C. Liberty dishing out some capital punishment. For the second time in franchise history, they will be the top seed. With a 32-7 record, they reached the postseason for the 19th time in their 28 years. 87-71 the final. The Liberty will have home court advantage throughout the postseason, which begins this Sunday. I'm Otis Livingston, and that's your CBS New York Sports Update.
Real quickly, back to the Mets now. 2 games up on the Braves and tied with the Diamondbacks in the wild card, just 2.5 behind the Padres. They are moving, folks. All right. An 8-year-old took her mom's SUV for a joyride, and it was all caught on camera.
It advised the driver appeared to be small in stature, and she should be in that vehicle driving.
You can see the SUV swerving on the road. Now, police say the 8-year-old left her Bedford, Ohio home Sunday morning and drove to a Target 25 minutes away. Officers found the girl inside the store with a Frappuccino and $400 worth of merchandise. You can't make this up. She admitted to police she did hit a mailbox on her adventure to Target.
Frappuccino and $400 of
Alrighty then.
That's quite a shopping spree. All right, still ahead. Mom, Dad, where are you? Yeah. Hello. Okay, still ahead. Former President Trump on Long Island tonight.
And it's his first rally since the latest attempt on his life, where their supporters have been camped out overnight. You're watching CBS News New York.